multiplicity of ideas, a multiplicity of actions, educational initiatives and programs, curricula, assessment tools, evaluation, research, development, economic drivers, focusing on the various businesses that not only do they exist, maybe you and I may not know about them, but when we come together and share, brothers and sisters are coming with business plans, sustainability studies, feasibility reports that are very detailed on what types of resources are needed and essential to trigger sustainable, transformative growth in our communities that essentially minimize the criminality issue, the violence issues, what people keep referring to as gun violence, gang violence, awareness, etc. But what are the things, what are the tools, what are the resources that our brothers and sisters are asking for? Have we actually asked the youth what they want and listened to what they say? Are we hearing what our veterans are saying? And when I say veterans, I'm speaking of anyone that gives their life, their service to their respective countries, especially in times of war and for militaristic or executive security purposes, right? What about our elders? But people like to say the seniors, the living ancestors. How are we caring for them and helping them to care for themselves? So I'd like to read this theme that has been used specifically in East Africa for African Liberation Day 2026. And I'm just reading it directly from this poster. Pan African Unity in Action, the call for a greater collective future focused at fostering economic interaction, sustainable development, collective peace, and security. And I'm going to eventually post some of these photographs that were featured from the Atacare International Development Organization's network in that is grounded, it's a charitable organization that is grounded in, or I should say based in the UK, with representation throughout the global African diaspora. So IDO International has centers, representation in the, of course, in Uganda, in Kenya, in the Cameroons, in Azania, in South Africa, and it expands through more than 600 kingdoms. And I think persons need to hear that. And in addition to that, alongside what has grown out and within and through IDO is the global African diaspora kingdom, with representation throughout Africa in the continent, in addition to Eurasia, in addition to Canada and the 48 contiguous US, the